Start the show.
See, we vibing on the beat, and you know that. See, we wild up on the streets, and you know that. Yeah.
How to beat Tyson Fury. This is not the Tyson I wanted to do, but hey, still a Tyson, so we're gonna put him on up in here, man. Uh, it's really tough. This is really tough. It's much rather out of the two heavyweight champions that's still left, I believe. Out of AJ, this is my favorite out of the two that's champion, but I don't like neither one of them. But that's neither here nor there. I'd much rather do a show about this guy than. Well, what can I say, man? Tyson Fury is. I'm gonna start calling him the boxing Undertaker. Uh, this dude just won't stay down. Like you, I think he's literally been hit with the hardest punch from a boxer coming out of that Deontay Wilder fight. I don't think anybody else can put him down. Um, I really want to see the AJ fight. I really want to see the AJ fight. I want to see how that goes. But really, man, that guy, I mean, the Gypsy King, he definitely he uses all his techniques in boxing. You can tell he's been doing it for a long time. He got a lot of techniques in boxing that he has pulled out, and that guy's freaking obviously he's unstoppable. So three ways to beat him, man. Three ways I think you can beat him. Like I said, he's like the Undertaker. So knockout power, I really wouldn't recommend. And with this being said, it's kind of hard to say it, but I think you would have to outbox him. He's a very good boxer. But I think he can be beat as far as boxing. I believe if Deontay had about 4 or 5 more years with the power he had, if he had 4 or 5 more years before he got into boxing where he would have been training, I think he would have had enough to pull out. Number two, you're definitely gonna need stamina. He used a lot of his weight to kind of tire Deontay out. I think he kind of caught wind of that in the first fight, used it in the second fight to just totally destroy him. And then in the third fight, I think Deontay had a little bit more stamina coming into that fight. But I mean, Tyson, unfortunately, Tyson's like right here, and Deontay's like down here as far as true skill wise. So I don't not to say that they're on like too difficult because I do believe Deontay could beat him, but it would have to be like a stone cold. He had to hit him with a stone cold knockout. The third the third way to beat him, man, is I would say footwork, man. I know he has some wild footwork. He has some good like Muhammad Ali ish dodge moves, but I think he's still a big body guy. Like he's like two, I think he weighed like 285 or something like that. He's like he's a heavy guy. And with heavy guys like that, they're often not the best. If you can circle around them, if you can finesse them, they're not that hard to beat. So I think footwork are definitely. And with this one, three guys that can beat him, I'm gonna have to pull some legends out of my hat only because I don't know too many, and I'm not gonna use Deontay because I'm pretty sure in a 5 fight series, I think Tyson would get it. He's already got it in the three. So um, I want to say Anthony Joshua. I definitely, as far as people that are currently fighting, I believe Anthony Joshua can beat him just because he has more of a boxing background and he still has like the physique of a Deontay. Like I think he has a lot of power. And I think he has more stamina. I'm not all the way sold because it's something about English boxers, and I'm not trying to be stereotypical, but out of all the English boxers that I follow, it's one thing about all of them, and AJ hasn't proven it yet, but it's something about all of them, man. They always break my heart every time, and it's the same thing. And I don't know, it's definitely Amir Khan is one of them. That's one of my favorite boxers, and he had the same kind of problem. So I'm praying, staying away from that. But number two, I would say, because I'm going old school. I'm going old school. So I'm thinking George Foreman, man. The power in both hands. When you got power in both hands like that, you can definitely take somebody out. I'm definitely thinking George Foreman. And then the late and the greatest of all time, Muhammad Ali. The man he tried to beat, man. His footwork and his head movement is nowhere close to Muhammad Ali, man. He'll box circles around him. You should know that.
See, we wild up on these streets, and you should know that. Say you should know that, yeah, and you should know that. Said you should know that, yeah, and you should